Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Got in a flashlight to take a look at. This one's coming from Tunenge and the model is the S22. For a Penlight, this is going to have a really high output of 1200 lumens. This is going to have a magnetic tail switch, which I have never seen on a Penlight before. And it's also going to have a side, kind of like cob light, but it also has a UV light and a red light in it. So stick around if you want to learn about it. We'll do a real quick unboxing. We'll go over all the features and specifications. I'll go over the user interface, give you guys some beam shots, and then give some overall thoughts on it. This box actually has a ton of information on it, but you can see it's a 2AA. They're calling it a tactical light just because of that rear switch there. It is going to be USB-C rechargeable. Again, UV light, 365 nanometer. It's got the cob light. 1.5 meter impact resistance, IP66 on that waterproof rating. Won't go over all that stuff. You can pause and read any of that you want there. Looks like it's some type of dual switch. Maybe we're gonna have a side switch as well. And it includes a rechargeable battery, but again, it can run on the 2 AA's. And then, like I said, that magnetic tail cap. But let's get this out of the box. See how things are packaged here and what all we get. So with the light up on top, looks like a charging cable. So we're type A to type C, and a manual. And I believe that's everything. And then I'll get this out. There was also that little baggie that has 2 spare O-rings in it. I will quickly show you this manual just in case there's anything in the video that I accidentally leave out, or in case you buy this flashlight and lose the manual. You can always come back to this video for reference. And it looks like this light has a 1-year warranty. So here is the S22. Give you guys some close-ups before we start going over all the details. Looks like it has a TIR lens up there. There's our side light. Again, we're going to have a white light, a UV light, and this red light. Side switch, dual direction pocket clip. Not a deep carry. You for sure got probably an inch and a half almost sticking up. I'll show you what that looks like later. And then here is our magnetic tail cap. Let's check out the included battery, see what that looks like. So there's not a film protector on that. Kind of weird. Most companies will have that protected. But 1800 milliamp hour, 3.7 volt. This is a 14100 size. Type C, so you're going to charge the battery itself. And again, you can use 2 standard AA batteries. I'm not sure if the output's going to be quite the same like that 1200 lumens, because this is 3.7 volts. These two like stacked like this is only 3 volts. But we'll check things out later on. And even though this is the size of 2 14500 batteries, you cannot use these because these are each 3.7 volts. So you're going to have 7.4 volts when you stack them in there like that. So do not try to use 14500s. So there isn't anything on the body or on the tail cap telling you the direction that the battery goes back in. But it does have reverse polarity protection. So if you put it in wrong, you're not going to damage your light. But it does go in with the positive end going in first. Did want to quickly show you this pocket clip is removable. There's our O-ring, but what I want to show you is when you put this tail cap on, it actually goes over top of that and locks it in place so it can't pull off or anything like that. Which probably means that if you could find another clip that was deep carry, you could just pop this one off. You know, something that's a similar size that would fit in that little gap right there and have it come up then. I couldn't find the materials that are being used for this. I assume that it's aluminum. I assume it's probably 6061. It does have a really nice black anodization on it that looks to be done very well. Everything seems very uniform. As far as dimensions go, we are about 6.1 inches in length. And then the largest part of diameter, about 3/4 of an inch. As far as weight, 3.3 ounces. All right, let's go over the operation of this. So the S22 can have momentary or constant on with this main light. If you want momentary, you just kind of half press and then release. It also has mode memory. So whatever output we were on when we shut it off, when we do that little half press, it's going to come back on in that same output. If you want that to be constantly on, you just fully press the rear switch there. There's a couple different ways of changing the output. The easiest way is once it's on, you just press the side button and it will go through all the different ones. The other way you can do it is you can actually kind of quickly turn this off and on, and every time you do it, it will cycle up to the next brightness. But again, I think the side switch is the easier way. This right here is the Moonlight. I believe that's a 1.5 lumens, and then just a single click will take you up to low 15 lumens. That's the medium, 90 lumens. High is 360, I believe. There is a turbo, that's how you get into that 1200, and you double click the side switch here. And again, I'm in a very well lit room in the middle of the day, and this is still very, very bright. I'll give you guys beam shots of this later. This also has strobe and SOS, so if you're sensitive to that, you can look away for the next minute. But you just triple click the side button, and that'll take you into the strobe. If you triple click again, it takes you into SOS. And if you would want to go back to strobe again, you just triple click. If you want to go back just like to the main light, you just single click. And let's say that you're in the high output and you go to that turbo. When you exit back down, it always goes to that Moonlight. Same thing for strobe. So again, if you're sensitive, look away. But so we're in strobe. When I exit back out, it's going to take me down to a lower output. Again, even if I start in this high output and then I go into strobe, when I come out, it takes me to a lower, so just keep that in mind. I believe that's everything with the main light, but again, we have the side light here. And to switch between those, while the light is on, you just press and hold this for a few seconds, and then it will switch over. We have a red light here, and then if we press the side button, it takes us into like a flashing where it uses like the red down here and the kind of whitish yellow up there. If we press it again, we're going to have our UV light. I'll try to show you that better in a minute. And then one more press is the white light. Again, it's a kind of got a yellow tint to it. It's a very warm color. I don't know, maybe 3000, 3500 Kelvin, something like that. And then one more press goes back to the red. These side lights all only have one output, so I can't like dim this down or make it bright or anything. Same as the red. Let's see if the UV light can pick up the bar in this 20. See if it's authentic or not. Yep, there it is. Also want to check to make sure that using AA's, everything's going to work fine. I assume that you can even use rechargeable AA's. Those should work fine as well. But let's see here. So we are on. Let's go through the different outputs. I didn't see it increase to turbo, so maybe you don't get turbo with double A's. Let's see. There's our Moonlight. Low, medium, that's high, and we do not have a turbo. So I am going to check strobe and SOS, so if you're sensitive, look away. Yeah, we do have strobe. And then SOS. So all those work. It looks like just because this is a lower output, you just can't reach that high turbo with it. But again, that even on high, that's plenty bright to get you through anything that you're going to need. I think that was what 360 some lumens, plenty enough light. And there is what it's going to look like in a pocket. And again, it's definitely over 1 inch that's sticking up. It does give you a lot of room to like grab onto it to pull it up out of your pocket though. And because of that two-way reversible clip here, you could definitely use this as an improvised headlamp, and it is not too heavy to where like it's going to bring your hat down in front of your face or anything like that. It actually clips on here really well. And let's also check out how strong this magnet is. Wow, that thing like really snapped to that. So any position, it's holding its own weight, no problem at all. All right, I'm gonna get this battery fully charged up. We'll wait for nighttime and then do some beam shots. All right, let's take a look at, all right, let's see what this S22 looks like here in the dark. This is gonna be the main light, and this is that lowest output. My eyes can pick up a whole lot more light than what the camera sees. And even this amount of light, you could definitely find your way around campsite or house or wherever. But let's switch here and go up to the next output. That is the low. Very wide beam on this. Again, it's a Penlight EDC light. This is the medium. And that is the high. And let's go to turbo. And that's a lot of light coming out of a little pen light. I'm going to switch over to the side light next. We are on the UV here. You can really see that. Again, you could detect, pet stains, different types of fluid leaks on automobiles. Lots of uses for UV lights. We'll switch to the next one here. That is kind of like the yellowish light here, that cob light. And again, even that is definitely enough to illuminate a whole room. Let's switch to the red. Again, this will help preserve your night vision. And this will be the flashing red and yellow. All right, let's check out the S22 outside. I'm starting off in the Moonlight. You can probably see maybe, I don't know, maybe 30 feet in front of me pretty easily. There is a row of trees that's about 60 or 70 feet. Let's go to the low and see if we can spot them on the camera. Camera still is not picking them up. I can see them easily with my own eyes though, but let's go to the medium. There you go. Now you can see them. Down there, we're probably getting close to about 100 feet away. To the high. Again, just a little pen light. Let's go up into some of these trees here. There's a tree that's kind of in between these two. It's back there. It's about 100 yards away. I'm going to go to the turbo. I can see it right now even on high, but let's go to turbo and see if the camera will pick it up. Yeah, now you can see it back there. So again, more than 100 yards away. It's a lot of light. And there I have the S22 attached on the side of the car. You can see if you had a flat tire or something, need to do some work, how helpful that light could be. And there I have it attached onto the side of the car. Again, imagine having a roadside emergency or something. That would definitely get somebody's attention or prevent you from maybe getting hit there. Well, hopefully seeing those beam shots was somewhat beneficial for you. So what do you guys think about this S22? Would you consider carrying a Penlight? Let me know down in the comments. I actually really like it. I think that the overall design and build quality is very good. Again, using 6061 aluminum. It has nice anodization. Just the design of it is really nice. And for a light that's probably smaller than your finger, it actually has really, really good output. Again, 1200 lumens, very, very bright, and it throws a really good distance too. I could easily see a tree that was more than 100 yards away. I like that it has these side lights of that UV, the other whitish yellow, and then that red. I definitely prefer a flashlight with a tail switch, and the fact that this has a magnetic tail switch is a real bonus. Plus that magnet is super, super strong in it. I like that this can use multiple battery sources. You can use that included 14100 battery or AA batteries. And something that I didn't show earlier, see a little green light right there? That's a battery level indicator. So basically, if you're over 3.2 volts, it's going to be green. If you're between 3.2 and 3, it's going to be red. And if you're under 3, it'll be a flashing red, lets you know it's time to charge. I like that it has this two-way pocket clip, gives you the ability to put it on a hat and use it as a headlamp if you want to. And finally, just the overall shape of it being long and thin like this allows us to fit in your pocket really well to where you really don't even notice it there. A few things that I think could be improved upon. First is that UV light is a little bit on the weaker side. It's still usable, but it is kind of dim. Second thing is this has an IP66 waterproof rating. You can get that wet. I think they even say heavy rainstorms and stuff like that, but it is not submersible. So do not drop this in deep water or anything. And then just a preference for me is I would prefer this pocket clip be just a little bit deeper so I didn't have that much sticking up out of my pocket. But again, overall, I think it's fantastic and would definitely recommend it. So the S22 is available on Amazon. They're coming in around $27, which I think is a fantastic price, especially considering you get that included battery. And sometimes there are clickable coupons to get it even cheaper. When I got mine, it was around $21 or so. But I'll leave that Amazon link down in the video description in case you guys want to find out more information on the light. There's about 100 reviews, so if you want to look at any of them, or if you want to pick one up. But alright guys, if you found the video helpful or informative in any way, please hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. And that's going to be it on this one. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.